Hey there, here are my 3 new favorite indie games of June. I'm an aspiring game developer myself, and today I want to share a bit about the games I discovered this month, what I love, maybe a few flaws, and why they really stood out to me. These are my favorites, so if you got your own indie games from June that I missed or don't even know about yet, let me know in the comments. This month's picks include 2 cozy chill games with low poly and pixel art styles, and one that's more strategic turn-based caster builder. Also, before we dive in, there's a little elephant in the room. The legendary Toby Fox, creator of Undertale, just released the first chapters of the long-awaited Deltarune, 10 years after Undertale. And with almost 50,000 reviews and a 98% positive rating in just about a month, that's absolutely insane. It seems to be just as good or even better than the first. I haven't had the time to check it out myself, but if you're into unique story-driven games with its own style and gameplay, this one is a must. And if you haven't played Undertale, maybe start there first. Alright, let's get into it. Game 1. Islands and Trains. Like the name says, Islands and Train is all about building beautiful islands and trains. It was developed, like all games this month, by a 2-person team, Akos Makovic and Fabi Smith, who is actually a kindergarten teacher by day and a game artist by night, at least before the release. Maybe he's full-time now after the game's great start. First, it has a really charming, relaxing vibe. One thing that creates this feeling is the atmosphere, shaped by the overall warm, yellowish orange lightning. These colors give most people a sense of comfort and optimism. It really sets a peaceful mood, so much that even the snowy landscape feels cozy. There's no real goal, no score, no levels, no objective. And that's exactly the point. Some games don't need a win condition. They're all about creativity and expression. You just build with the tools the game gives you. And those tools, tons of terrain variation, mountains, lakes, forests. You can build timber frame towns, huge castle, and anything you imagine can upwards. As your island grows, so does your train network. You just keep expanding, building, and suddenly hours have passed. One small note: if you're expecting train crashes, if you remove a part of the track, like in Roller Coaster Tycoon or something, you'll be disappointed. This game is a peaceful game, no disaster, just vibes. If you want a cozy sandbox experience, where you can build your own island paradise and lay tracks for the ultimate train ride, Islands and Train is totally worth checking out. So the second game is a bit more action-packed, but still managed to keep a cozy, laid-back vibe thanks to its soft, low-poly visuals. You feel like a kid again, building tiny castles. Tiny Kings, made by the team Floatin' Chicken Games from the US, is just launched in early access, which honestly makes sense. They like gathering player feedback to shape development to get the most out of the game. It's a round-based build and defend game. Each round has 3 phases. Build phase, place structures and build your castle. Second, prep phase, see where enemies are attacking and position your troops. Third, battle phase, watch your defense in action and gather new resources for the next round. You start by selecting a location on a procedural generated map. Just make sure there's gold nervy, since it's your main building resource. You also need food for your troops, which you gather during battles. On my first one, I went way too big and spent all my goals on building walls. I couldn't afford any troops or anything at all. Got instantly crushed, but hey, I earned the King of Losers achievement for losing in the first round. Next round went better, but I mispositioned my troops a little bit. That led me to a couple of suggestions. I love to move troops between towers during the prep and battle phase, and a speed up option during battles would be really nice. And if I just missed these 2 things, I'm sorry. These tiny quality of life features, which are probably done in a few hours of development, could really improve a good gameplay to even better without much dev time. But overall, it's generally fun, watching your little soldiers defend your kingdom. Arrows sticking in the trees, then passing through is a nice little detail. Castle expanding, it's all super satisfying. With more content coming soon, Tiny Kings is shaping up to be something really fun. Definitely one to watch. I didn't know I needed a pixel art fishing game, but then I played Cast and Chill. And now I absolutely do need a pixel art fishing game, made by the Australian 2-person team Wombat Brawler, Brandon Watts and Mark White, who both have an incredible game dev resume with many years of experience. So I have these friends who would say the game has bad graphics because it's pixel art and not high definition 3D, which is a nonsense statement, and it becomes even more nonsense when you see this game, because it's one of the most beautiful pixel art games months I've played so far in my life. There's so much detail and variety, and the color palette is so fitting and balanced to the lakeside fishing setting. Color palettes are always important in any kind of art, but in pixel art I say even more, because pixel art lives from limitations. It's not just the pixels that are limited, but also the colors. Without that limitation of colors, it wouldn't feel harmonized for the player. And the layering of different backgrounds behind each other, in combination with the water of the lake, gives the whole landscape great depth, so it doesn't feel flat, it feels like a wide open area. So yeah, the art in this game is a 10 out of 10. Gameplay wise, you start with a simple rod, a boat and your dog. You fish, sell your catch, buy new routes, lures, boats, upgrades and license for new fishing spots. The fishing mechanic is not too hard and not too simple, and get more complex over time, so the gameplay really hooks you. Can't just use one route or one hook for every fish, because routes that are too big will scare away smaller fish, and each type of fish prefer different hook and lures. There are also different ways to attract specific fish by adjusting your angle, and once the fish is on the hook, you can't just reel in it immediately. You have to release the line if the fish pulls too hard. So the mechanic evolves and progresses naturally over time. Fish live in different depths and areas, and you can even snooze on your boat to change the time of day. That can affect some fish too. There are over 50 fish you can catch in the game, and I really wanted to catch all of the different kinds and get the biggest fish of any type. With the music, graphics and gameplay all working together to give you a relaxing feeling of being a fisherman on a lake surrounded by nature. And this relaxed feeling is also created that it doesn't overwhelm you with a lot of other things you can do. It just really focus on one thing, and that really helps the mood a lot of the game. They also have some cool things planned on the roadmap for the future, like a multiplayer mode so you can hang out and fish together. If you're looking to relax, explore and slowly catch the greatest fish of all time, definitely try Cast and Chill. So those were my 3 indie games of the month. If you enjoyed this kind of video, give it a like or subscribe for more indie game insight and my own indie game dev journey. And also check out and wishlist my upcoming cinema horror anomaly game One Last Clip on Steam. It would mean much to me. Link in the description. And don't forget, if there's any indie game you're hyped about in the next months, drop them in the comments. I love to check them out. See you next time. Cheers!